And I'm Molly.
Welcome to Friends at Gameology, hosted by MoonlightCrew.com.
Reviews for science.
In 7 minutes or less. Hanabi, a very small box, but, well, I won't tell you if it's a fun game yet or not. So, in Hanabi,
No spoilers.
We are trying to get 25 points. You get points by placing runs of cards of the same color. So I've got a 1, 2, and a 3 here that are all yellow. I've got a 1 and a 2 here that are red. If I put the 3, 4, and 5 of the reds on here, then I will get 5 points. And there are 5 colors. If you do that 5 times, you get 25 points. Other than that, you get less points, but it's 25 or 0. So, how do I do that? I play cards from my hand. If I play a card that is like an illegal play, this is a green 3, there's no green 2 to put it on, then I get one step closer to losing. You can only do that 3 times. Well, you do it the 3rd time and you lose. But let's say I play, none of these work. So let's say Molly plays this white 1. She plays that, and then she draws another card, and we've started our run of whites. So you can discard a card, you can play a card, or you can give a clue. Why would you need to give a clue? That sounds crazy. Because I'm holding the cards away from me. I can't see what's in my hand. That's the trick of the game. And when I discard a card, I get a clue token back, because we usually just keep the box, let them throw them in there once we use them, but you discard a card and you get it back. So whenever you draw without looking, and you put it into your hand without looking. So you don't know what's in here. Giving a clue means you tell somebody all of the same color, like I would tell Molly, these 2 cards are green. Or all of the same number. I'd say these 2 cards are 3s. Then they've got a bit of information. Let's go right into simplicity versus complexity.
This game is simple to play. Like Tom said, you play a card, you discard a card to get a clue back, or you give clues. One of the hardest things to do, players, is not looking at the card you draw. So yeah, right, like your instinct is to draw it, right? But you need to draw it away from you. So that's one of the hardest things. So it's easy to play. It is not easy to do well, if that makes sense. And so you just have to play multiple times to try to figure out if there is a strategy you can have and whatnot. So this is an easy game to play, but not necessarily to do well at. But after your first maybe 2 or 3 games, you'd be fine.
The rules are simple, the gameplay is deep, but I tell you what, for a lot of people's, not even their first game, but several games, they'll look at a person's hand and they'll say, oh, this is a 3. And then I'll be like, oh yeah, this is a 3 too. And so it's pretty obvious they want them to play that card, and so they get too excited and forget. So you gotta kind of remind people, all of one color, all of one number. Don't look at your hand. But the gameplay, it's not complex, but it's deep. So let's talk about that right now with luck versus strategy.
I think using your clues wisely is very strategic. And if you, so that's what I'll say about strategy, is that when you use your clues, it's very, very strategic in how you use them, and I think the luck happens in when you get the cards you need. The other night we got where I had 2 5s at the end, and I played the last card, so I could play my next 5, but I didn't know where it was. Right, so that was because there wasn't enough time, and so the luck comes in when you draw what, and but I think there's a good amount of strategy.
This game can be lost on luck alone. If you have a freak shuffle and all of the white 1s are on the bottom, you will lose. You won't have enough time. I mean, I suppose you could have everyone with enough clues to know what cards they need to play in which order. But I mean, if all the white 1s and red 1s are on the bottom, which is, freak chance accident, you could lose that way just on a bad shuffle. And it'd be impossible to get 25, which, other than getting 25, is a loss. However, there is so much strategy in this game. I personally espouse the strategy of trying to get one color up to 5, because every time you get a 5, you play a 5, you get one of these tokens back, one of these clue tokens, with having to discard. And then it frees that person's hand of where that 5 was, so now they can do other things other than worry about not discarding it. And that's just one strategy. There are so many more on how to give clues. There's just so much going on in this game. Fun versus boring. This game is fun. I really like the concept. I've enjoyed myself when I've played. However, this game is super boring. That's crazy, Tom. Why would you say that? Because this induces analysis paralysis like nothing else. Let me see if I can find a duplicate card here. I don't know. If I were to look at Molly's hand and she had a tough decision for me to make. Maybe I don't want her to discard the 5, but she also needs to play the 3, and so I'm trying to decide which one to tell her. I will sit there and I'll stare at her hand and try to figure it out. What clue can I give her? And that's so boring for everyone else at the table watching me. And that is often what this game devolves into. I really enjoy this game. I've enjoyed myself when I've played it. But man, it is so analysis paralysis. It's insanity.
I haven't found the same terrible analysis paralysis. There has been some, but when people have been looking, I've been feeling their pain with them. The agonizing tension of like, I don't know what you should tell him because I need him to play both those or in a specific order, and so maybe you should tell him to do this. And so I agonize with them, and so I don't feel as bored as Tom. I really like this game. There's a lot of tension. It can be frustrating when you're like, no, just do this, but you can't say that. But I do enjoy this game way more than Tom does, obviously.
What would you give it on Board Game Geek?
I would probably give this a 8.5, 9 out of 10.
I'd go 6 or 7, probably 7. I mean, I really like the game, but man, I cannot play with just people that slow this game down.
Which can happen. So, all right. I do like that it's a co-op that doesn't have quarterbacking. You can't have that because you just can't. And so that's nice. So if you have a quarterback problem, there you go. When we get to multiples of 500 subscribers, we give away a free glitter painting of your favorite geeky thing. So make sure to subscribe now.
Because it could be you that wins.
Hanabi, we've presented the evidence.
You be the judge.